Change my glasses. Hello, everyone. Change my glasses so they don't reflect too much. There we go. It's better. Can you guys see me okay? It's kind of dark in my room. Dark. I got my little salt lamp here. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't see. I can't show it to you. There's my little salt lamp. Hey guys, let me know if you guys can see me, if you guys can hear me okay in my under construction room here. Hopefully the internet holds. Hey sweethearts. All right, cool. How's everybody doing today? Good. Hi Katrina. Hi Peter. Hi Sylvia. Hi Miss Autism. Hello everybody. So good to have you around. I don't know where you're looking at me from. It could be Facebook, it could be Patreon, it could just be YouTube. Wherever you guys are from. Hello, welcome. I just wanted to see how you guys are doing because, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the energies are shifting. The energies are happening. They're moving into a more positive, more reconstructive direction. And I know that we're still very much under reconstruction and still a lot of stuff has to be brought down before we can move into that complete reconstructive mode. But I don't know if you guys have felt it, but there's a kind of a revolution going on, a human revolution, and it's exciting because people are waking up and people are standing up for their rights. They are no longer taking shit, and they are tired of the lies and the deceit and the manipulation that's going on. And how wonderful is that, right? It gives me, I don't know. Hi, Andrea. For some reason, I don't know, the energies feel exciting to me. Although I know we're going to have a challenging year. If you guys haven't seen my predictions for 2023, 2024 yet, go and check it out. You can find them on my website, on my free blog, on my website, McIntosh.com. Or you can find them on my YouTube, on my Facebook pages, or you can find them on Patreon. Or if you signed up for my newsletter, you should have received them in your email. So all kinds of challenges are coming. Go check out the predictions, but I want you to know that despite the challenges, despite the suffering that we're going to see, it is actually moving into a positive direction because change and taking back our power unfortunately means destroying and bringing down systems that don't work for us anymore. All right. And unfortunately, for people who are not awake yet, this will create a lot of stress, a lot of suffering. And us who are awake, the light workers, people who are in a different state of awareness, we're going to be needed in order to assist and help and love and find forgiveness and really kind of be there to assure people that, look, this might feel terrible, but this needs to happen in order for us to rebuild. So hopefully all of that will give you guys some hope and some courage to keep pushing forward, no matter how hard it is. Have faith that the universe is working alongside us, that the galactic entities are working alongside us in order for a positive outcome to occur, because humanity has already had several different timelines where it didn't go that great for us, and this is the timeline that we're supposed to move into a more enlightened, a more fifth dimensional plane. So let's get that going. Let's send out that positive vibe. Let's send up hope and love and forgiveness and bring awareness. A lot of people think spiritual acceptance is just accepting that everything happens for a reason, and I'll leave it at that. And yes, focus on what brings you joy, focus on simplifying life, focus on going back to basics. Get ready. The best advice I can give you for 2023 and 2024, because it's going to be 2 years. And after that, we should be moving into a whole new direction, is to become as self sustainable as possible. Invest in self sustainability. Okay, don't invest in stock or any of that stuff. That's all going to come down. Invest in being able to take care of your family on your own, whether it's food wise, medicine wise. Invest in learning how to make natural medicine. Invest in learning how to grow some to yourself, whatever it may be. Invest in, looking into ways to recycle things that can help you or assist you in your life. Whatever it may be, self sustainability is going to be crucial for the next 2 years. And That's what Spirit's been telling for quite some time, is we're going to be forced to go back to basics, to go back to nature. And those are all very positive things. Okay. But let's start with angel card sessions. Okay, today we're doing angel cards. So if you get picked and get your card, let me know whether or not it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you at this time, it is possible that this is a warning, or this is something that they want you to know for the near future. If you hear someone else's card and it totally resonates with you, it's giving you goosebumps, it's giving you that feeling of, wow, I feel like they're talking about me. Well, guess what? That's what they want you to feel. Okay. They give you that feeling, that validation, because that means that, hey, pay attention. This card is for you as well. This message is for you as well. So don't don't despair if I don't get to your name. There's a lot of people on here, and I usually can't get to all of them. But know that there is always a message for you if you're willing to stick around and see whether some of the other messages for other people resonate with you as well. Because resonance is the way, the tool of Spirit to communicate to you and pass along a message to you. All right. So there we go. I'm just going to go over the list of people, and I just kind of pick people who kind of stand out. It's almost like the names kind of highlight, and that's just my cue for Spirit that a card for that person would be beneficial at this time. Okay, we're going to do a card for Autumn. Autumn, aka Loving Hearts and Open Minds. All right. Autumn, let's get you a card. Exciting times we are all living in. It may feel scary, but those are the most valuable times, is when we're being challenged. When we're being challenged to grow, accept, surrender, and be creative. Think outside of the box. Hidden depth. This is for Autumn. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. We expose what is hidden, we can become free. Autumn, what do I get for you intuitively? For some reason, I keep hearing the word bravery, bravery. It's almost like you've convinced yourself that you're not strong. You've convinced yourself that you're not brave. You're constantly telling yourself, I'm not that strong. I am not this. I don't have that strength. It's almost like you're supposed to make changes in some aspects of your life, in some aspects of your behavior, but it's almost like you always kind of talk yourself out of it, as if you always have an excuse why you cannot do that, or why it is too hard to do it. And they're kind of showing me that you have so much bravery and so much power inside of you, and it's just hidden under these layers and layers of doubt that was created not by you but by people outside of you. This might be your community, your family, friends, school, whatever it might have been in your past. They're making me feel like your fears were introduced, were um, placed upon you by other people. It might even be doctors. I don't know why I keep seeing a doctor, but it just feels to me like there are fears that are really not necessary and holding you down in the creation of your journey and the creation of your reality. And they're saying, allow those fears to dissolve because they are not necessary. And when you can do that, when you really can work deep on removing the fears and the anxiety that you have and that you experience on a daily basis, you're going to see hidden treasures. You're going to see abilities and you're going to feel a certain amount of power and empowerment within you that you've never felt before. That's going to assist you in creating a new future, in creating a new experience of your current reality, but with a whole different perspective and a whole different energy. And that's going to guide you and kind of bring you into a new reality, into a new perception of reality, which will bring abundance and joy in many different aspects, in many different ways. But it's like we need to expose what is hidden, the bravery, the strength. You are a warrior princess, you are a warrior soul that has been. It's almost like that has been enchained in the fears of others. They don't belong to you. Get rid of them and see your life change. Okay. I hope that helps. Autumn. All right. Let's see. Oop, what's my computer doing? Andy Kennedy. Oh, hold on. I'm writing your name down so I can write it in the comment section and who I pulled cards for. That way, if you ever want to re-listen to it, it's easier for you guys to find it. All right. Get some more tea. Andy Kennedy. What? That went fast. Stargazing, sweetheart. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you're very focused. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Andy, what am I getting for you intuitively? Something about the moon. What is it? What am I getting? I always feel like there's either a connection or an interest to otherworldly beings. You don't know what it is, but I keep seeing you staring at the moon, wondering when are they gonna come? When are they're gonna say hello? When are they gonna come and really, show their presence and help us and assist us? I feel like for some reason you are a soul that's not as comfortable in this human condition. You're not as grounded in the human experience because the majority of your experiences have been off this earth, have been in other planets. So I feel like you're a little bit of a star seed that you really kind of came down to this earth, that you were kind of sent down. It almost feels like a mission. You were sent down to incarnate in this on this planet at exactly this time in order to assist the energies of the collective human race. It almost feels to me like you're here to observe. You're not really comfortable with what you're seeing. You get really frustrated with how humans react and how they create, how they divide and judge, and it just feels like you're very uncomfortable, it's just so out of tune with what our capabilities are. It makes you feel really frustrated but it's like you're here to be an observant in order to provide information in your sleep process to other entities, and then you assist the collective that way, because then they know how to better assist us as well. I know it sounds kind of sci-fi, but that's what I'm getting. I mean, I might be completely off, but I keep seeing you unconsciously. I don't even know that you're aware of this, but it's almost like in your dream state, they sort of pick your brains and they kind of go, okay, what what did she observe? What did she experience? What were her responses? It's almost like you're kind of like an intermediate tool to provide a better insight into what the human race is doing, how they're feeling, how they're responding, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, you're here to help and assist the collective energies. But boy, does the human race make you feel uncomfortable. So they're kind of saying, relax. The uncomfortable part is because simply you're not grounded in the human existence, and that's okay. That's exactly the just be an observant. Step out of it. Step out of the emotional responses to it, and really just kind of observe it from a third person perspective, knowing that everything is happening as it is being guided. Kind of have that, find peace in that, and that'll help you to have a more peaceful experience of this human incarnation, but at the same time you're still providing the information that is needed. Whoo! That sounds really out there, but that's what I'm getting. Andy says true. Okay. Whew. um I don't get a lot of messages like that, but yeah, you're very special. So embrace that. Embrace that you're here with a mission. You're here with a mission, and it's to assist us very clearly. Okay. All right. Who else am I being drawn to? Sue Scrivener. Sue Scrivener. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Sue. If I don't, I'm so sorry. I'm not really good with names. Sue. Woo! Boom. Sue, you got two. Sue, what are you gonna do? You got two. Motivation and divination, Sue. Divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. And motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. All right, Sue, what am I getting for you intuitively? Sue. Sue, it almost feels to me like you're really moving into a higher dimension. It's almost like you've really done a lot of work these last 2 years, last 2, 3 years. It feels to me like your awakening started quite some time ago, but it's been kind of a slow process, and it's really kind of annoyed you because it's come to you with just little spoonfuls. Here's another spoon. Here's another spoon. You're like, I want the whole bowl. It just feels to me like, a lot of times you got frustrated by the slow pace of the awakening, but it's like you finally come to a place where you're starting to know things. It's no longer I have to understand and learn in order for me to really move into a new space. You're starting to know things, and you're starting to understand. I don't know why I know these things, but I just know. And so you've moved into a higher dimensional awareness of your own abilities, of your own connection. And it's like now that you have that awareness, it's like you're playing with ideas, you're playing with possible things to do, maybe professionally or just as a hobby, whatever it may be, but you're playing with ideas to create something new. And they're basically saying, trust. Trust those feelings and really go for it. And it feels to me like when it's springtime hits, because I really do get drawn to the flowers on this card. It almost feels to me like winter is for really being able to express it, kind of sending it out there, sending out the intentions, using your creative mind to visualize how you want to do things, what you want to do exactly. It's really about this winter is about defining it, sending it out very clearly to the universe, what you want to experience, how you want to be of service to other people, how you want to be of service to yourself. And then that's what winter is for. Really sitting down with yourself and create the creative process. And then as soon as springtime comes, that's when you put all those ideas and all those intentions into action. That's when you really put in the effort to take the physical steps to create, manifest it into your reality. But either way, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing or thinking about exploring, they are really, really excited for you. And so they're really giving it a big thumbs up. So don't let your fear or let your own insecurities talk yourself out of it. All right. There you go. All right. Sasha says, "Hi, Emma. My sugar made her transition last Monday, which you prepared me for as much as you could, and I thank you. Does she have any messages for me or the family, maybe in the form of a card?" I'll take a look, Sasha. All right, take a look. Sugar. Sometimes it's just our time to go, you know. You get to a point where the body is no longer in a good place. It's just our time to walk through that door into the new reality. Oh, you're welcome, Sue. I hope that resonated with you. Whoop. Hold on, I got two. Purity and moderation. Let's see. What is she saying? Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answers to your questions. And moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthy. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Let's see what she's saying. It feels to me like what she's really passing on here, she's talking about the purity of your heart. She's saying that you can still feel her around you, although she's physically no longer there. She wants you to trust that. She wants you to trust that feeling because she is still very much connected to the family. She's still very much present. Not that she's unwilling or stuck to move on to transition, but it's almost like she loved you guys so much that she really just wants to stick around until everybody's okay. And then she will kind of move on. And when it comes to the moderation card, it almost feels to me like she's saying, be mindful of what you guys eat as a family because it can affect the energies collectively in the home. It's almost like there's a little bit too much junk food going around, and maybe with the holidays, that might not be very well either. So she's just worried about keeping you guys healthy. That's what it feels like. Isn't that fun? So be mindful of what you eat in the next couple of weeks because, yes, sometimes we go a little bit overboard, but she really wants to prevent. Because she's talking about the energy of food, something about the energy of food. She keeps linking energy and food. It's almost like when we don't eat healthy, we'll get really tired and exhausted, and we'll really have a hard time to find the energy to keep staying in a positive vibration. So she really is worried about you guys. That's what it sounds like. So follow your heart because she's around and you can feel her. Trust that. Talk to her when you feel her. And she's just kind of giving you a little advice, and that is be mindful of what you put in your bellies for the next few weeks because it can really make a difference in how you get through your day energetically. All right. So there you go. I don't know if she was a picky eater, Sasha, but for some reason she seems very mindful about food and what she eats and what you guys eat. All right. Here we go. I hope that helps. I'm just gonna check my Patreon page because people there can request a card who are not present. So I'm gonna pull a card for Raza Tiara. Raza Tiara, and I think she's live too. You might be on there live. You have a very long message. Let's see here. In October 2021, you channeled my beloved 22-year-old nephew, Christopher, who committed suicide the previous July. There was never a funeral or burial of his ashes. I intuit that Christopher does not want his ashes scattered, but saved and buried with a headstone until his older brother Matthew is able to forgive himself for his immature but nonetheless arrogant attitude towards Christopher, wanting to be a filmmaker, not a rich businessman like Matthew, and his horrible father, Gerald. A lot of negativity in there. This could take decades, but time does not exist in heaven. Would it be possible to confirm to my sister Elisa, Christopher's heartbroken mother, that this is a divinely decreed correct course of action that Christopher wants to ensure eventual healing for all? All right. Family drama, right? Happens a lot. We'll see what the card is, but I can instantly already tell you that Christopher doesn't really give a shit what you do with his ashes. I'm going to be very honest with that. He's giving me that very clearly in my head. He doesn't care. What he cares about is forgiveness. He cares about is acceptance, that we don't always do everything according to what other people feel is right, but that's okay because we all have our own experience. We all have our own lessons, our own life experiences to live, to have, in order for the expansion of the soul to take place. So what he really wants from the family is to reunite, to find forgiveness, to find love again. Because to Christopher, it doesn't matter. Even if you throw it in the trash, he says, it's not me. It is just my old vehicle, and you can do with it what you want. So, if you need a decision from me to make everyone agreed, but the thing is, he said, as long as there's no forgiveness and love, you guys will never agree upon anything. So, but if it were up to me, you can spread my ashes out in the ocean, spread it out on a beautiful meadow, however you want to do it. It does not need to be buried. It does not need a headstone. It is simply my vehicle returning back to Mother Earth so I can continue the cycle of life and feed the cycle of life. All right. But what he really wants from all of you is an effort to let go of the past, an effort to simply move forward, united in love and forgiveness. That's what he wants. All right. Let's see. Woo! There we go. So he's got two cards for you guys. Temptation and divination. Divination, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. And temptation, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome whatever it's, guys. I think these cards are really just kind of confirming what I've already said. The temptation card is we are so easily tempted to judge and attack each other, to go into that negative spiral because of everything that's going on, the way we were raised. It's always a battle of what is mine and what is yours, what's my idea and your idea. There's always a constant um, energy battle between people, and it needs to stop. That's really the temptation. Stop being tempted by the dark forces and really embrace the divination, embrace love, embrace the positivity, because you do have the answer, is what he's saying. You have crystal clear clarity, what the family lacks. Because everybody understands that, it shouldn't really matter. What the family's lacking is the willpower to let go of old feelings, old energies, to let go of judgment and the ego, and to really kind of embrace him with love, embrace him with love. He is okay. It's not because there was a suicide that he's not okay. He is okay. And he hopes that one day his life, his journey can bring everybody back together again. All right. Let's see. Bogumila, thank you for that donation. Let's pull you a card. Bogumila. All right, get your card. All right. Hi, Sylvia. I'll get you a card from your boys. That was kind of heavy, yes. I can only tell you what I get. I can't flourish it. That's not my job. My job is to be a clear channel. And I'm not 100% at that channeling level, but I can hear them in my head. Card for Bogumila. Hi, Sherry. Whoop, there it goes. Bogumila. You have two, transformation and nature's signs. I don't know if you can see it. My camera never zooms in. Transformation. The fairy tells you to surrender to your transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continuously. We need to only open our hearts and minds. What am I getting for you, sweetheart? So it looks like you're going through a transformation, and with that transformation comes the loss of things. And this might be a job, or it might be friends, or whatever it may be. I'm not really sure on that. They're not showing me that. They're just showing me the word loss. Sometimes when we grow, when we transcend, or when we're being offered a new opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to create something new for ourselves, to raise a transformation and a blossoming, a lot of times our outside reality has to change as well. And so a lot of times people will lose their jobs, or they will lose an income, or they will lose friends or family, or whatever it may be. They're kind of saying embrace whatever comes with that transformation, because it's necessary in order to bring you into a more abundant state, in order to force you to do some inner work. Because it just feels to me like there's a lot of imbalance going on energetically within you. It's almost like you're constantly contradicting yourself. You're saying one thing, but you're feeling another. You're thinking one thing, but your energy is speaking the total opposite. So it's really about learning to realign yourself. And sometimes we need to be stripped from things from our old life that are not helpful, that are not supportive in that transformation phase, in order to really move forward. And they're just kind of showing me nature signs. But to me, it just feels like you really need to embrace nature more. You really need to kind of isolate yourself, go into moments of solitude in order to really reconnect with yourself, so you can really start to um, feel what it is that you really want, who you really want to be, what you really want for your future. And when we're being completely honest, they say, with oneself, we will then see that the things that are falling away, or the things that are falling apart, or the things that really make us feel uncomfortable really aren't assisting us in any way or form. So it is better to step away. It is better to let the things go that do not feed us with energy, but only drain us with energy. And then really move into a new direction, a new opportunity, something that will bring excitement and joy within your everyday um, existence. So really move into let go of what doesn't serve you, and really move into the things that bring you joy and excitement, or that really get you inspired. The time is now, is what they're saying. But use nature, because you can be very fearful, is what they're saying. But if you surround yourself every day, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, with just being and being connected to nature, just zooming out, surrounded by nature, letting go of that human kind of existence for like 10 minutes a day or more, if possible, then you'll really create a better inside. You'll feel calmer. You'll let go of the stress. You'll let go of the panic and the anxiety on a daily basis, which will open new channels to receive new information, better guidance, or more clearer guidance, because now your mind is polluting information that you are receiving from a higher source. Okay, so create moments of solitude. Accept that transformation can be painful, but is and can be scary, but it is necessary for you and your future. And really kind of go into moments of silence, solitude, go into moments of disconnect, so you can connect to the higher source of yourself, and that way receive better guidance of where you're going. All right. I hope that helps. Sylvia, let's do you, Sylvia. Okay. Thanks, Mary. I'll take a look. Hi, April. Sylvia. Let's see if your boys have a message for you. They're stepping forward as a kind of a collective energy, so it's like together. Whoop! Did you see that one? Go outside, Sylvia. Go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. Basically, what I'm getting from them is that you kind of feel like a fish out of water right now. It's almost like when they went home, you lost your purpose, and you're still trying to find that purpose now. You know, your whole purpose was to care for Nikki, was to care for your son, and now that that's been stripped away from you, you're really struggling in finding your purpose. You know, and finding a job is one thing, but finding your purpose is a whole other thing. And it's almost like they're kind of saying it's time for you to really step out of your comfort zone and to really take risks, take challenge, you know, to challenge yourself to do things that you feel you might not be brave enough to do, because only that way you will explore aspects of yourself that you have not yet identified yet. And by doing so, by exploring those new aspects of yourself, you'll get a better understanding of what your individual purposes, because yes, you were here to serve your children, you were here to serve others, but at the same time you're also here for your individual journey, and that individual journey and that individual expansion really has been on a standstill for quite some time. And so that is your new adventure, and so they're kind of going, go outside, you know, go and explore things, really place yourself in different um, it's almost like even different jobs or different activities, whatever it may be, just to have some experience, just to connect to new people, just to really kind of place yourself in the big, wide, scary world. And then, you know, nothing has to be, it doesn't have to be permanent. It is just, you know, do different things to try and figure out where your strengths are, and to really kind of get reconnected with the world outside. Does that kind of make sense? Get out of your habitat and get into the big wide world to explore yourself. All right. I hope that helps, sweetheart. All right. Let's see. Who else was I drawn to? Maria Lemardo. Maria Lemardo. I might be saying that right or wrong. Maria Lemardo. She wants to move. Okay, let's see if I can get that. Sylvia says, thank you so much. I'm trying. I know. But sometimes we have to stop trying and just whatever. Let's see. You know, you just go with it. Go with the flow without giving it too much thought. All right. That's how I live my life. I'm a very impulsive person, but it's always brought me on the biggest adventures. Adventures most people only dream of. Sometimes you just gotta go, what I'm gonna do first and think later. Always worked for me. I'm an Aries, so I usually don't overthink things. I just go, oh, I feel like I need to do this. Boom, I do it. And then later on, I'm like, what was I thinking? In the meantime, I had wonderful experiences, met wonderful people. Find balance, Maria. Let me see. Find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Let's see. What was it again that you wanted to know? It was something about moving. I'm confused on how, where, and when I have to move from the place I am leaving right now. How, when, and where? Those are difficult questions to answer from an intuitive level. If I would be channeling, I could probably give you more directive. But what I feel, what I'm receiving on an intuitive feeling thing is that it's almost like your energy is so chaotic right now. You're kind of in a state of panic, you're in a state of distress, you're in a state of fear of making mistakes, of going to the wrong place. All of that um, fear, fear of the unknown, fear of making mistakes, fear of um, wasting time, wasting resources, whatever. All of that is it just brings you out of balance. And then it's really hard for you to really allow your inner guidance to take you and to bring clarity onto where you need to go. I feel like your where you are now, it almost feels like it's not, the energies are not supportive for you. And financially, it seems to be very struggling. And it's, for some reason, I keep being pointed. I don't know where you are right now, but it just feels to me like um, they're pushing you more southwest, south. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe that's where you've been thinking about, but I'm just seeing the word south. Um, Either way, I think it's going to be really important for you to get out of your panic phase. That's really what they're showing me. You need to find balance. You need to realign, calm down, get out of the stressy situation that you think you're in. But really, there's always a solution to every problem. And you have to, it's like you're overthinking it. You know the answer, but you're overthinking it. You're over analyzing it. And it's just, if you would just calm down, if you would just step out of your kind of stressy self and just look at your situation from a third perspective. This is what I want you to do. Write down, I want to move to, okay? Or no, let's do it differently. Okay. You need to do it from third person perspective, they say. So you have to kind of, it's like making a decision for your best friend, right? So you just write down, Maria wants to move. I recommend that Maria moves to, and you just don't think about it too much. And you just write down where Maria should move to, but really get emotionally disconnected from the decision, because it's your over emotionality that's creating fear in the mind, and then the mind gets in the way of the intuition. So we really have to kind of step out of that and pretend like we're giving advice to our best friend who we love dearly and we only want the best for, and then we're going to give them advice. I don't know if you can do that, but again, you need to find balance. You're too much all over the place, and you're never going to feel good about anything, about any place, or about when and how until you calm the fuck down. This is what Eric says. Calm the fuck down. So find balance and really um, find the answer by stepping out of the ego and looking at the questions that you have from a third person's perspective, as if you're giving your best friend advice. And then you'll see that the answers will come a lot clearer, a lot quicker for you. All right. But for some reason, I keep seeing south. I don't know why the word south, but it feels to me like it's not going to happen this year. But they're showing me springtime of next year, so you still have a little bit of time. It looks like. All right. Hope that helps. A lot of those questions are more for channelings and not for intuitive. Let's see. N. Adams. Thank you for that donation, honey. Let's get you a card. Oh, yes, Mary. I'll take a look. Keep forgetting. Thank you. Hold on. Manifestation, music. You have three. Hold on. I'm trying to put them together. And pure intention. There you go. Let's see. Manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Write it down on paper. Manifestation, step one. And then pure intention, the fairy of manifestation, will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. And then music, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music that you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. There you go. Let's see. And Adams, what am I getting for you intuitively? I keep kind of being drawn to this lady here, and it looks like she's kind of blowing on a little, what is that, a dandelion? But I keep thinking that she's blowing on a candle, like she's making a wish, like a birthday wish, like we blow out our candles and we're wishing. So it just kind of feels to me like you really want to get something created, manifested, a dream to come into fruition, into your reality. But they're saying that the only reason it hasn't manifested yet is because you're sending out contradictive signals. So it's almost like, although you really know what you want, energy wise, what you're sending out doesn't align with what you want to manifest. So it could be that there's it almost feels like fear of failure as well. For some reason, they're showing me like the genetic line. It's almost like you come from a family that's very fear based. And it's like you're here to break that pattern. You're here to break the pattern of the routine, the autopilot of fear. And so it's almost like through really following your dreams, to really kind of bringing that into fruition, you will be able to disconnect from that fear that has been passed on from generation to generation. But there's something about the music that seems to calm you down, it seems to relax you. So it's like whenever you're trying to manifest or whenever you're trying to create, um, plan, line out how it needs to happen or how you want it to look like or whatever it is that you want to create, listen to music at the same time. Instrumental music, not with words, but it's almost like instrumental music, classical music, movie music, whatever. um, it's going to help you to relax, and it's going to provide vibrations, energetic vibrations that'll assist the creative process, that'll assist letting go of the fear, letting go of the stress, and to really just, with pure intention, bring something into your reality. Um, that's what I'm getting for you. So, whatever it is you're trying to do, make sure that the intention and your heart are aligned. In other words, make sure that your mind and heart are on the same page. Otherwise, you've got contradictive energies that simply stops anything from manifesting. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but for some reason, they're advising you that whenever you're in a creative process, whenever you want something accomplished, um, blast your music therapy with some vibrations that'll assist you in moving into a higher vibration yourself, into a more calmer state, and then being able to be and express more clearly your truest intentions for what it is you want to achieve or attract without having any fear attached to it. Hope that helps. All right. Who is that? Rosalie asking for a card for her husband. Okay. So Mary S. And this is for Rosalie. I think you wrote that down on, did you write that down on, I think so. I saw that somewhere on my Patreon post. Can hear my kids giggle upstairs. They're having a good time. Anyway, can't find it, but that's okay. Rosalie, was that it? Rosalie for her husband. Card for her husband, John. Okay. All right. For John. Oh, it's okay, Rosalie. I was just wondering if because I thought I saw it somewhere. No worries, sweetheart. But for some reason I can't find it now. No worries. Rosalie, this is for your husband, John. John S. N. Adams says this totally resonates. Thank you. Makes total sense. Spot on. All right, cool. I'm glad I could be of service. Thank you for validating that. Makes me feel good too. Emma's crossing her fingers. She's ready for a card. All right. Card for John, please. Whoop, there they went. Motivation and moderation. This is for John. Motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairy urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. And then moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthy, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. John, what am I doing for you intuitively? It's kind of funny because you get the motivation card and the moderation card, but I feel like it's the total, like the motivation is total opposite. I feel like you have no motivation. I feel like you're kind of in a little bit of a negative spiral emotionally and mentally. You're just exhausted. I feel like you're exhausted. I feel like you're drained, tired of thinking. You're tired of problem solving, and you're just tired overall, and you're just lacking motivation. You're lacking a sense of inspiration for your future, and it's really making you feel down. It's really kind of placing you in a kind of depressive state. And they're saying that, the moderation card comes from the fact that they're kind of advising you. It's almost like, you feel like you're out of control. You're out of control of life, of everything that's happening around you, that everything that's happening to you, and you feel like you're just lost all sense of control. And it just, it creates that fatigue, and it creates anxiety and stress, and just kind of, a depressive mood. And they're kind of saying that in order for your motivation to come back, in order for you to find kind of a renewed joy for life, You have to start small. You have to start small. And the first thing that you do have control over, and that can really change the chemical imbalance in your body. That's also a cause of stress and worry and all of that. It creates a chemical imbalance in the body. Um, the first thing they want you to do is to take back control of your health. Is to really kind of um, uh, focus on your physical health. You know, getting enough exercise, going outside, connecting to nature, but also eating healthier. You know, really feeding the body with the right foods in order to lift up, spike up your energy in order to feel good, in order to sleep good, because I do feel like you're not getting enough sleep as well, you know. So maybe looking into your own health, maybe doing a detoxing, and really kind of increasing your time outdoors, going for walks in nature. Really use the following months to focus on your physical health, and then you'll see that your physical health will literally make you feel better emotionally as well, because the balance within the body will be reestablished. That'll make you feel better. You'll have more energy, and then slowly but surely you can move from you know, your focus on your body to your focus on your emotional health. But you can't do that right now, they say, because you're simply feeling too awful in every aspect of your beingness. And the first, most solid, most tangible um, improvement of your life, you know, is your health. It'll give you the courage that, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing, look at what I'm achieving just by changing certain things. It'll give you the motivation, the inspiration to then continue and cleanse your body, not only the physical way, which you will have been doing, but also emotionally and spiritually. And that'll give you a renewed sense of joy, and a renewed sense of inspiration for your future, and also a renewed, it's almost like you're going to find your most authentic self by starting with your health and then moving into emotional health and mental health and all of that, and spiritual health. It's almost like if you take certain steps, it really will lead you to understand yourself more, what you really want, and help you to have the strength and the determination, because right now your self-discipline is at a kind of low point. It will kind of rekindle your enthusiasm for life and for your future and for what you can still do and accomplish in this journey. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Um, but that's what they're kind of advising for you. They're really advising on really focusing on your health, your physical health, and that'll give you a boost, a drive, a new perspective on life that will then assist you in cleansing all of the other aspects of oneself and literally changing your entire experience of life. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. All right. Bogomila says, thank you. Very true. Thank you, sweetheart, for confirming your reading. April, let's get your card. April K911. Let's get your card. All right. April. April, my sweet love. April, at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of this, I explained that spiritual acceptance does not mean that we just have to sit in our bubble and hope for the best. It means that we also have to be active in the collective creation. And we can do that from a peaceful, loving, forgiving place. Absolutely. But we also have to bring awareness to those who are still blindfolded. Um, and who are still very much living in a state of fear. April, divination. Divination. Rosalie says, John said it made total sense. Thank you. You're welcome, sweetheart. I hope that helps. I feel positive things for John are going to happen in the future, but sometimes we need to take back control of our own essence, our own beingness. Okay, divination. This is for April. Embrace your power of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. What am I getting for you, April? Wow, that's the first time. Look, I'm looking at this card, and I see a face in here for the very first time. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a flame, and it looks like there's a face in there. I've never seen that before. For some reason, I get drawn to that. Wow, I've had these cards for quite some time. I've never noticed that. It almost feels like your son, your guide. I'm kind of confused. It almost feels like there's confusion inside of you. Like it's like you've kind of lost. How would I say it? It's almost like they're trying to tell you that you have all the answers inside of you. You really have crystal clear vision inside of you, but it's almost like you go phases where there are moments where you know everything, you feel everything, and it's all crystal clear. And then all of a sudden, you kind of go back into kind of unclarity. It just feels like you have these ups and downs. And it's like right now you're in this kind of zone where you went down and you're just frustrated and you're annoyed with people and it just feels to me like because of that you're not getting the answers that you need, but they're also talking about surrendering. It's almost like when you're in that kind of downward energy, and it's a very typical thing, he says. That's just how you operate, that's just you have clarity and then you kind of go down and clarity again, you go down. That's just kind of how your soul is experiencing this journey. And he's saying whenever you're in that kind of downward spiral where you don't know the answers, where you don't seem to get any clarity on the problems that you're trying to solve, that's the moment where you just have to surrender to the universe and say, look, I'm trying everything I can, but sometimes we just have to, you know, hand it over to the universe and say, look, I've done everything I can. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just handing it over, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Sometimes we have to really be pushing that surrendering stage in order to unblock ourselves from the lower frequencies. Because when we're in the surrendering stage, we literally allow the universal energy to become the dominant energy, right? When we surrender to the universe, the universal energy becomes the most dominant energy. We are surrendering, we're laying down our own, trying to control, trying to dominate the energies. We're laying it down and we're saying, you guys figure it out because I've tried and I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not getting clarity. So I'm just kind of going to give it to you guys. When we surrender, we allow the universe to be the dominant energy. And when we do that, and we're not trying to control anything, then that dominant universal energy will automatically lift up our energy and help us to reconnect and help us to bring us back to that higher frequency, where then we will be able to get the crystal clear clarity that we already have deep inside, but we weren't able to consciously connect to, because unconsciously we have all the answers in our deep unconscious soul. The soul knows everything, the soul knows all the answers. The problem is that the consciousness, the human consciousness, gets in the way. So sometimes we have to bypass the human consciousness to get to the root of everything in the subconscious. And that's why, why hypnosis really can be helpful a lot of times in life, is because what they do with hypnosis is they bypass the conscious mind and move into the subconscious mind, and that's the soul talking directly to you. So when and that's what they're kind of saying, surrender. If you can't find the answer, surrender it. Surrender it. You guys figure it out. You guys, if I need to help or assist in any way or form, the universe will make sure that happens. I don't need to control it, or force things to happen. If it's meant to be, the universe will make sure that something will occur. I'll be guided, I'll be directed, I'll get a message, I'll get something to assist in whatever needs to happen. So, and you will bypass the conscious mind, move into the subconscious mind, and receive more clarity on the answers that you need. All right. But it just feels to me like right now you're in that kind of downward spiral, and you're gonna move back up. That's what you always do. Um, but it's okay, is what he's saying. Because your son is with you, and and he loves you very, very much. And just surrender, accept, and just leave it up to him, he says. I got it figured out. All right. I hope that makes sense. My monkey mind is always working. That makes sense. Yes, I know. I have a monkey mind sometimes too. That's just how it is, isn't it? All right. Tracy Philangi, or Philangi. I don't know how you say it. Tracy, thank you for that donation, sweetheart. All right. Let's get Tracy. Let's get Tracy a card. Oh my God. I just jumped out. Lost and found, Tracy. Lost and found. Look at that. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help you find things we never even realized were lost. Tracy. I keep being drawn to the cat on this picture. Look at that. Right there. See that cat? That's what I'm being drawn to. The cat. Why am I being drawn to the cat? Now you could physically have lost a cat, and she will be found if that's the case. But it almost feels like there's more to it. There's more to it than that. Um, there's something about the energy of the cat when I look at the cat. It's almost like she needs peace. She needs a home. That's kind of what it feels like. It's almost like you need peace. You need to feel at home again. It's almost like you don't recognize the world anymore, and it's scaring you, because you're normally a very positive person. You're very um you've always been a person who kept going, surviving, kept going. But now you just feel kind of lost. You feel lost in the world. You feel like you've lost your home. It's almost like you can't trust anyone anymore, and you can't. There's so much stuff nowadays that it's just making you feel uncomfortable, and it really feels to you kind of like you've lost your home. You lost your safety, haven, your Eden. But they're saying you're gonna find it again. You're really gonna find it again, but you have to um disconnect from the outside world. You really just have to focus on you for a little bit. And that doesn't mean that we have to completely ignore what's happening. But sometimes when we're in a low place, we really can't be of assistance to anyone, including ourselves. Sometimes we do need to take time to disconnect and to kind of rebalance and reground herself. For some reason, I keep seeing you having to walk with your bare feet on earth, on soil, on sand, whatever. Um, you need to connect with nature, but with your bare feet. You need to do grounding walks, grounding exercises, and that's just simply walking barefooted um, on a natural soil in order for you to really kind of it's like reroot yourself. It's almost like you're a tree, and I feel like these last few years it's been like a big storm, and it just pulled you out of the ground. It ripped your roots out of the ground, and it just makes you feel like, you're wobbly and you're unstable, and oh my God, I can't, where's my stability gone? It just feels like you're lost in that kind of thing. And they're saying regroup, reground, and really simplify, disconnect from everything outside, and give yourself a few weeks or even a few months, if possible, where you simply focus on you, your own evolution, on regrounding, on rebalancing, on finding calm and peace within. Really allow yourself some time, because when we're lost and when we're feeling unrooted, when we're feeling unstable in our current reality, then it's going to be really hard to attract anything positive. It's really going to be hard to attract stable, to attract abundant things. So that's what they want you to, and even if it doesn't fit with you right now, maybe there's something's going to happen that's going to bring you out of balance, and then you're going to really need that advice. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. All right. Let's see. Elizabeth says, I love the posts on autism in Patreon. Always eye-opening and wholesome. Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, the explanation of what happens in the body exactly, wow, blew my mind when I was writing it up. I was like, what? Not what I thought, but okay. Monique. Monique G. Monique. All right. Tracy says, thank you, Emma. Very true. Oh, you got this, girl. You's got this. Monique. Ooh, there they went. There they went. They flew out, Monique. You got two, sweetheart. Go outside and inspiration. Go outside. It is time to go outside. Tune in to the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. And inspiration, be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Monique. It's almost like I'm keeping drawn to, you see how she's got to have her hands in front of her belly? Um, it's almost like you have this gut feeling, you have this intuitive knowing that you're meant to do something bigger, um, something that aligns more with who you are, something that will create joy within you. You just feel it. It's like you have this urge, this pull, this push inside, but you can't seem to put your finger on it. It's almost like, what is it? What is it? You can't wrap your head around it. You feel it strongly. You feel that change is coming, that things need to change, and you're really excited about it. But it's almost like you just can't. And it just comes from here. That's why I keep seeing her belly. It's like it comes from this knowing gut, but you just can't put your finger on it. And they're saying that the inspiration will come when you disconnect from the drive, the need to know. And that sounds really weird, right? But sometimes we get so like, what is it? What is it? We're in this search mode. We're in this, I want to know, I need to know. If I don't know, I'm going to miss out on it. Or, then we go into all these disaster scenarios. But they're saying, in order for the answer to find you, the clarity to find you, you have to disconnect from it. You have to disconnect from the human mind. So really take time to meditate, take time to take walks in nature. We got the go outside card, but it doesn't always feel like you have to be in nature, but it's like you have to step outside of your human self. You have to disconnect and create moments of just beingness, not being the human or the daughter or whatever, but just being present with yourself and stepping outside of the human construct, the human character that you're playing, in order for you to truly receive clarity. And when you do meditate, or in however way or form you choose to do that, it doesn't have to be sitting down. You can walk around. You can have nature walks. You can do active meditation like yoga or whatever. However you want to disconnect from your human self temporarily, let go. Don't see it as a job. I got to disconnect. I got to meditate. Don't see meditation as a job or something you have to do in order to get the answers, because then that energy will block the answers as well. But simply participate in the disconnection of the self, just to calm down, just to give your body a break so it can recuperate, it can restore itself, it can restore its energy levels. Do it just to get a break. And in that kind of surrendering, calm state, that's when the answers will find you, when you're simply not expecting them. Right. And when you do get the answers, write them down right away, so you don't lose track of them. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but that's what I'm getting for you. All right. No, you're not. You're not too late, Carmella. You're not too late. We're still going. We're doing a 2-hour session. Okay. But first, let's do Patty. Patty M, thank you for that donation, sweetheart. Patty. All right. You're welcome, Monique. Hopefully that helps a little. Oh, Crystal. Emma still. We'll get that card, Emma. She's still crossing her fingers. Thank you, Doreen. Same to you, sweetheart. Blessings to your family. Patty. keep thinking of Patti LaBelle when I hear your name. I don't know why. Why is Patti LaBelle coming in my head? Hi, Katrina. The girls are giggling right now. I don't know what they're doing up there in the bedroom, but they're giggling. So they're having a good time right now, it looks like. Sister giggles. Patty, lost and found, but I feel like we need another one for Patty. Lost and found. Yeah, they're being giggle butts. They're doing good. They're doing good. There we go. Protection, lost and found. Patty. All right. There we go. Lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. And protection, the fairy of protections are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Patty, 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 Patty. It's kind of funny because Patty, normally this card is about, a team assisting you, right? They're assisting you, they're surrounding you. But it's kind of weird because when I look at it, I get a total kind of opposite, kind of a negative feeling. It's almost like you are surrounded by souls. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be colleagues, coworkers, whatever. It almost feels like you're surrounded by souls who are kind of some daylight side of you, are kind of like really making you feel uncomfortable, making you feel rejected, making like maybe putting pressure upon you to do things you really don't want to do. It just feels like negative entities around you. I don't think they're spirits. I think they're really like energy people who don't agree with your perspectives maybe, or who don't quite understand you, or really don't resonate with you, and it's just it feels like it's draining you. It's you're tired of it. You're tired of it and you want to kind of disconnect from them, but you don't know how. That's kind of what it feels like. You're tired of people's negativity around you, or people trying to make you feel bad about what you believe or what you want to do, or I don't know, whatever it is. There's a group of people that surround you that are not very supportive or aligned with your energy frequency, and it's making you feel um like you've just had it, like like you just want to disconnect from everyone, leave me all alone, and kind of disappear for a while. That's what it kind of feels like, right? It's just too hard dealing with these people. And basically, what they're saying is, you can find your peace again, and you can find a way to disconnect from those kind of people, even if they still surround you. You don't have to allow their energy to affect you in any way or form. And it's really about self empowerment. It's really about sticking with your guns and sticking with what you know is right for you. Um, and not investing any energy or time in trying to convince them of what you believe and what you know to be true and what you feel to be right. Don't even invest energy or time into that. And if they are negative towards you, you make sure that you put your little protective bubble up. Make sure that you got when you wake up in the morning, visualize your energy shield up, kind of like there it is. Nobody can attack me, nobody can send me any negative energy or suck the living daylights out of me. And you walk around proud, knowing that your shield is up and nothing they say or do will be able to affect you in any way or form. So it's really about taking back your power and declaring, sending out the declaration, the intention that as long as my shields are up, I ain't accepting any lower energies or allowing any of my positive energy to be drained away. And with that knowing, with that validation, really being able to be surrounded by people who can be what we call energy vampires or really negative, and it's just not going to affect us in any way or form. You just brush it off, or simply you just go, uh-huh, and in the meantime, you think of something else. I do that a lot. A lot of people don't resonate with my frequency, so I just go, uh-huh, I wish them well and I move on. Um, and half of the things that they've talked about, I haven't even paid attention because it just simply doesn't resonate. So I just kind of go whoop whoop and it's out. So it's about taking back that power, and what was lost will be found. It's really about, your joy again and your peace and really your balance. So make sure that you protect yourself. Make sure that you regain your self empowerment, that you regain your uh, you need to understand and you really need to embrace the fact, and all of us need to do that, is that this is your reality and we might be in a co-creative plan here. But how you choose to experience your reality, that is 100% up to you, and to decide that, because you are in complete control of your emotions and complete control of your thoughts and complete control of your energy. The problem is that people don't believe that, or they don't align with that truth, and then they basically give away all their power by becoming a victim to other people's thoughts, ideas, expressions, reactions, and so on and so forth. But understand that we allow that to happen. When we take back our power and we don't allow anyone to bring us out of our balance, and they can say and do what they want, they're not going to do it. It's like what Jesus did, or Nelson Mandela. He was locked up and nobody took away his peace inside. Um, and they can lock up your body, but they can't lock up your feelings, your mind, your heart. They just can't. So understand that we're in complete control of how we experience our situation and how we choose to experience other people. And so sometimes we need to learn to retake that control, to reclaim it. It's really not taking it because it's always been yours, but to really reclaim it and act from that source of empowerment. But that's what I'm getting for you, Patty. I hope that makes some sense. All right, Emma. Emma X. She's been sending me all kinds of um, all kinds of fingers. Hope. Emma, Hope. Hope jumped out real quick. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectation can help change a negative situation into a positive one. There you go. Do you know what I'm being drawn to? That dove right there, flying. There's something about flying, okay? And you're looking at it. You're looking at the dove passing by. It's really about visualization. It's like you really want a lot of beautiful and wonderful adventures to come into your journey, and they're saying visualize yourself traveling, visualize yourself having your adventures before they've come into your reality. And in that kind of, hope energy, hope is always a loving energy because um, and whatever is love energy is a creative source, right? It says optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. You're still kind of in a situation where you're feeling stressed and you're feeling restricted, and you have so many dreams and so many desires for this life. You really want to have an adventurous journey. But it doesn't come into reality fast enough, according to you, and you really are a little bit impatient from time to time. But they're saying the more you can visualize and just feel how you're already traveling, how you're in the, in the air, in the airplane, you're already having those feelings. The more you can align with what it feels like of what you want to achieve, the faster you're going to bring it into your fruition. So envision the flying, envision the traveling. All right. I hope that helps. People, Patty says, this reading does resonate with me. I have cut off people out of my life due to negative energy. And yes, I do feel sometimes like disappearing for a while, like leave me alone. You're welcome, sweetheart. All right. Thank you for that, sweetie. Mystic autism. All right. Mystic autism. Let's get you a card, sweetheart. Whoop, hold on. My hands weren't ready. My hands weren't ready. Mystic autism. She's going, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, you're welcome. Let's see if we can get your name. Get you a message. Whoop! Did you see that? That one flew, didn't it? Ask for help. Ask for help. All right, let's see. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Mystic autism, what am I getting for you? It is about asking for help. It doesn't necessarily have to be celestial beings, but it feels to me like you really take on a lot of work. You really take on a lot of responsibility. And there are times where you're just so tired and so exhausted that you feel like, you just want to sleep for a week. Leave me alone. I need sleep. Um, what they're saying is it's almost like you've somehow convinced yourself that if you don't do all of this stuff yourself, if you don't take care of everything yourself, if you delegate your work, or the jobs, or taking care of people, it almost feels like it's taking care of people when you delegate some of the things you have to do to other people. It's almost like you instantly feel guilty. It's almost like you instantly judge yourself that, oh, you're not strong enough to do this yourself. And I feel like there's this constant battle of you attacking yourself of, why aren't you stronger? Why can't you handle this? Why? I feel like there's a lot of judgment towards yourself, especially when you're exhausted, especially when you're drained. And they're saying, you didn't come into this journey to do everything on your own. you you didn't come down here to basically be responsible for every single bit that happens in your journey with everyone you love. Does that kind of make sense? And they're saying, you're going to have to delegate some things. You need to create time for you. And it feels like that's almost non existent in your reality. You really need to take at least one afternoon or one whole day off a week where you disconnect from all your grown up responsibilities, from all your characters that you have to play, the roles you have to play, the labels you have to, align with, and just really do things for you and you alone, and do things to, and again, it's not about taking a day off and then hanging out with friends who you're then again playing a character and playing a role in order to please everyone. That's not what we're talking about, okay? It's really about doing things for you and you alone, creating, looking for a hobby one time a week, or something where you can completely disconnect from everything that is going on in your life, and just simply do something just for you, so you can kind of recoup, reconnect to yourself, and kind of guard and keep your sanity. That's kind of what it feels like. So it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to create certain a new kind of a new like a new schedule where there's time for just you as well. Mystic, she says, I'm trying to manifest as hard as I can. It's a lot sometimes. I know, I know. You know, life can be really challenging. Um, because I mean, if you're a little bit like me, I'm kind of the same way. Like I feel like I can do it all by myself. And if I don't, then I get critical about myself, and then Gerald's kind of like, just I'm here too, You know? And then he gets mad at me for not taking better care of myself. It's just something that I do as well, and I really have to sometimes just let go, even if it's not done the way certain things are not done the way I would do them. I just have to let go and be appreciative for the time off, or be appreciative for. But you need a life too, is what they're saying. It's almost like you live for everyone else. You live for everyone else, but you're not taking any hours of the day to live for you. And that's the message here. You also need time for you, your own development, your own expansion. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Carmella Jolene, does my mom has a message for you? Carmella, I can check. Let's see if she can pull a card for you. Carmella. She's not talking to me. I'm sure she is. You might just not be receptive. They always talk to us. We just don't always hear them. They're trying, I can tell you. I can guarantee you. Let's get a card for Carmella. Carmella Jolin. Oh, you're welcome, Mystic Autism. It's my pleasure. Exactly, Elizabeth. It always will turn out okay as long as we sometimes just surrender. As humans, we always tend to only see everything going bad. For some reason, we are programmed to think that way. I think they like it when we're negative. They love it. Keeps us fearful, keeps us controllable. The kids are never taught in school how to not be fearful. Kids in schools are horrible. I hated school. There's all these rules and regulations, and if you do this, and if you don't do this, and you don't do that, you'll get punished, and you'll get this. It's this manipulation. You don't follow the rules, there will be consequences, and you're constantly in a state of fear in school. Carmella, divination. Divination. I feel like I need another one. This is the first one that came out, Carmella, but I feel like we need another one. And that's how we all end up. We all end up being terrified of any decision. We're constantly seeing every disaster scenario flash by, but we never see any of the positive flash by, right? It's not survival instinct. It's not survival instinct at all. We're just raised to be in a constant state of fear. Wouldn't it be great if schools would teach our children how to only see the possibilities? I mean, that would be a whole different generation. To not go into fear, but only see possibilities and how everything can lead to something wonderful. Now that would be a real school, because everything does lead to something, even if it doesn't turn out the way we expect it to. We will have learned something. And the trick to transcending any kind of depression or any kind of negative feeling is to tell yourself that. It might not have worked out the way I planned it, but I can guarantee you I learned something. Even if I can't define that right now to this minute, I know that my soul grew and expanded from that experience. And therefore, anything that's considered negative no longer becomes negative. It just becomes another stepping stone to your expansion. Now, if we would teach our kids that in school, that there are no negative things, there is no failure, there's only opportunity to grow and expand and learn, and show us what we really want, because everything that fails is just another step to show us what's really out there for us. Because a lot of times the universe has much bigger plans for us than we can possibly imagine. You know, that's how I've learned to see things. I used to be a very, scared, suicidal person for my entire young childhood and my young adult years. But I had to learn to no, you can't fail in this life. It's only an experience. Once you move into heaven, you're complete again, you're whole again. Nothing's wrong with you. This is just a temporary glimpse in order to get an experience. That's it. Doesn't define you. It is simply there to remind you and to validate what's already inside of you as a soul. You're just choosing to experience it on a physical level, because then you get a better understanding of that aspect of yourself. That's it. That's it. There we go. Okay, Carmella. Divination and wait for winter. All right. Divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. And wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. This is for Carmella. Let's see what I'm getting on an intuitive level. So it looks like what your mom is basically saying is that there is a communication happening. When I see this picture, it makes me feel of the spirit that's going, hey, we're here. She's opened up her arms. She's receptive to your hugs. She's receptive um, to your presence. But she's kind of making me feel like you're holding on to something. It's almost like it feels like regret or guilt. There's some kind of energy inside of you that when you think of your mom, you're either regretful or you don't feel good about maybe how things were left or how things happened or whatever it might be. There's a residual energy that is lingering on inside of you, and that's really kind of blocking your signal, that's blocking your reception. So basically what your mom is saying is, when I look at this picture of divination, she's got all these little tools around her, and little bottles and candles, and she's got the cards and everything, and it's almost like you need to cleanse or get rid of that feeling of guilt or feeling of maybe slight anger. I don't know, it just feels like there are energies inside of you, emotions that are keeping you in a low frequency. And if we can clear those out and truly embrace, it's kind of like cleansing. It's almost like she's trying to cleanse her energy by surrounding herself with a lot of candles and light and all of that. When we can cleanse that energy and really just kind of be present in the moment, because I feel like you're always in your head, you're always in here, then you'll be able to receive communication from your loved ones. So the wait for winter card also kind of confirms to me that okay, so this is what she's showing me. In winter, around the holidays, the energies collectively really go up. people are more joyful. They're coming together, even though, sometimes the holidays can be tough for many people. But there's more generosity, there's more forgiveness, there's more love around those times. It really, the collective energies really get kind of pushed up. And it's almost like that'll be, if you can work right now, if you can start working on clearing those old energies, on clearing whatever guilt or feelings of, regret that you're holding on to, then around the holidays, when all that energy collectively is really risen up, it's going to help and assist you in getting a more validation of her presence around you. It's just going to um, assist all of us to really. It's like to make. They always talk about thinning the veil, but really it isn't thinning. It's just the energies when they go up in frequency, we get closer to spirit frequency, and that's really what's happening. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. But that's the message that I'm getting. So she is with you. She is trying to communicate to you, but you're holding on to something. Energy, maybe frustration, maybe feeling guilty for whatever reason. Whatever it is, it's a lower frequency that's blocking your communication. So work on clearing that and use the collective energies when they start to go up to really open up that communication again. I don't know if that makes sense, but there we go. Hope that helps. All right. Let's see. Crystal Lewis. Crystal Lewis wants to know if I will have another job by December or January. I don't know. We'll see if I pick up on anything like that. Hi, Connie. We'll see. Crystal Lewis. Let's get a card for Crystal Lewis. Thank you, Jess, for that kind donation. It's greatly appreciated. Keeps us afloat down here. Crystal Lewis. Let's pull a card first for Crystal. Whoopa! There it went, Crystal. Transformation. Transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that is happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. So it looks like the new job is not only going to be simply a new job, but it's also going to help you in your overall transformation and transcendence to a higher frequency. So it looks like the universe is actually I don't feel like you might get a job by December. I feel like it's more going to be for the new year. But it feels like the universe is allowing this kind of gap, this free time to really help you, to allow you the space and time to define what it is exactly that you want. Because you think you have an idea what is best for you, but you're not following your highest excitement. You're not following what brings you joy. You're simply requesting something based on income or based on financial abundance. But it just feels like they want you to take a little bit more time to really sit down with yourself and think about what it is that would bring you the ultimate abundance on all aspects of life. What would get you excited to get out of bed every morning and feel happy to go to work? So spend a little bit more time on that so you can then be more clearly, like send out more clear intentions or a clearer request to the universe of what you really want to do. So is a job coming? Absolutely. And it will come when the divine timing is right. In the meantime, the universe will take care of you and will help you to find a way to be okay. But use this time for transformational purposes. In other words, use this time to really think hard and clearly and follow your heart regardless of what you feel might be possible for you. There are no limitations in the creations that you can create, attract. So it's really about, do not simply request a job to have a job, but really um, invest time and energy in creating and attracting a job that's not only going to provide financial support, but that's also going to fill your heart with joy, get you excited, and really make you feel um, abundant and harmonious in your journey. All right. So probably not December because they want to take, you need to take that time. I actually see a little bit later in January as well, depending on you, of course. It depends on you and how clear you are about what you really want. Don't just go for what's easy, but go for what's going to make you feel whole and fulfilled in life. All right. Happy Sunday, Caddy. Carmella says, we, Emanuelle, relationship was not that great when she passed. I will share this bit of video with my 11 siblings. All right. Yeah, that's probably the residual energy she's talking about. Let that go. It's time to make peace. Accept peace. She loves you. She loves you. Regardless of what might have happened in life. She's in a different space. She's gotten clarity on everything. All right, it's about forgiveness. All right, Jess. Hi. She would love a card. Jess would love a card. Hello from the Netherlands. Hi, Cecilia. All right. Heather says, I hear spirit when I'm stirring in the morning about to wake. All sorts of disembodied voices happen then in my head. Amazing. Yeah, I get that. I don't get it in the morning. I get it right before I'm about to fall asleep. I get so many voices. It's like, I'm trying to fall asleep. Leave me alone. I get annoyed by them. I was like, why you guys come now? I'm trying to sleep. I'm tired. I still listen though. The thing is, they don't always say things that I can understand because a lot of times I can hear somebody, a woman, a man, children. I've heard children voices where they go, hi, Emanuelle, or they'll say, hey, or they'll just call me Emma. And I'll wake up and I'm like, what? And then they're gone. I don't hear them anymore. All right, Emma, take care. Have a good day. Hello from New York City. Ooh, there it is. This is for Jess. Flourish. Flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Jess, Jess, Jess. Ooh, I feel excitement when I tap into your energy. Ah, you're a busy bee. Ooh, your energy feels like you're like ah. Little bit of an energizer bunny. Little bit of ADHD maybe. That's what it feels like. Or it could just be that your life is very lots of things to do, places to be, people to meet. It just feels kind of hectic. Like I feel like I'm in rush hour, or like your energy feels like, like Black Friday. Everybody's like, ah. That's kind of what it feels like. So what am I getting for you? this is what okay, so this is very clear. This is what I'm getting. Life is meant to be lived, not simply understood. That came very clear in my head. It's almost like you overanalyze everything. Everything is being experienced in here, but you're not present in the experience. You're always in your head. They're talking about flourishing. It's like s- stop, it's like get out of your head and get into the experience of things. But life will never be understood through the analyzation of things. At least not for you is what they're showing me. You really are here. Your soul really wants to have physical experiences of everything. And that's why it almost feels like you hop from one place to the next, like you go through so many short-lived experiences, and it's for you. It feels uncomfortable. It almost feels like it's like it makes you feel like you can't grasp your life because you're having all these different experiences and nothing seems to tie together. I don't know if I'm making any sense. But this is what it feels like. Like you have a million and one experiences, but nothing seems to really align or create this kind of storyline for you, right? And they're saying it's because you're constantly thinking about life and you're trying to experience life from a intellectual place, from an analytical place, and you can't. You cannot live life from that from there. You all you're going to do is place yourself in a frequency where everything becomes intangible, where everything cannot be reached or accomplished or experienced. They're just ideas. And you need to go from the idea space into the experience space. And how do you do that? It's really about um, doing first and thinking later. That's really what it's about. They want you to be more hands on when it comes to living instead of over analyzing everything and calculating everything. Um, it's the only way you're going to flourish is what they're saying. It's the only way you're going to flourish is by putting yourself in situations that might be uncomfortable, that might be scary, but they're going to be the most valuable ones. You're always trying to think about everything in order to prevent certain things from happening, but in doing so, you're not really living. You're just, it's like you're calculating through life. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. But that's what it feels like. Um, don't try to find clarity. Simply live. Do what your heart tells you on that day. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If today you feel like you want to go visit something, get in your car and go do it. If today you feel like you need to, you want to look for maybe a class to follow or a new job or whatever it may be, go follow that. Um, take it one day at a time. Live more mindfully. Get out of your head and really put things into action. And it could be as simple as, okay, I'm not going to think about what I'm going to eat today, but I'm just going to allow, my heart to guide me to the place where I'm going to eat. It's about getting out of your head and back in touch with reality. Well, reality with the physical reality. So do first and think later, and that way you will find your way in life. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Jess says, yes, all of this definitely resonates. I'm a nurse, and in this year alone, I've been through 6 different jobs by choice to experience. Yeah, but that's okay. That it's almost like that's your path. That's how you want it. Some people they get one job for the rest of their life and they do the whole thing, and at the end of the job they go, wow, I didn't experience anything in my life. I just did the same thing for 50 years. And for some reason that's being praised in this collective society. Um, and when people do different jobs and they go and explore different places, different colleagues, they're being judged for some reason. Oh, you can't hold a job. No, it's just, you know, and it's actually the opposite. It's the opposite. You need to, you're here to go from place to place to place, and you're here to have the experiences. You want to experience as much as you can. You want to meet as many people as you can. You want to get to the bottom of what it is to be human, but you do it through doing things. Don't overthink it. Don't stay in your head. Simply be okay with, fuck it. Today I'm doing this. Tomorrow I might be doing something else. That is what your soul wants. It's about accepting that, right? And yeah, that's you. That's you. Embrace that. It's like me. I've done many different jobs when I was younger too. I went from one place to the next and next and next. And I was like, nope, don't like this one, don't like this one. And then one day I discovered that I was meant to do this. And, that's the one that I stuck with because it felt really, feels like that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be of service to a bigger collective. But it took me a while to get there and to really, it's almost like through all these different experiences, I discovered a little piece of myself and another piece of myself and another piece of myself. And now looking back, I did all these different jobs. I mean, I went from being a wrangler, being a cowgirl, and working on a farm, to being working at a movie theater as a manager, managing a movie theater, to working at a factory folding surgical clothes, which was shitty. Working at a bakery, worked at a veterinary clinic. I mean, you name it, I've done it. But it all kind of, every job, one, got me in contact with people, that, I got a different insight in humanity through all these different people. I mean, I've met thousands of people in my life, thousands, because I've lived all over the place. And I went from place to place to place to place, from North Dakota to Colorado to Belgium to France, then back to Belgium. Then I went everywhere. But it gives you, I mean, you grow from every experience. You expand. You create these adventures and these experiences that you will cherish later on. Because looking back at all of the things that I've done, I eventually started to realize that in every single job, no matter what job I did, I was assisting people. I was telling people what I felt. I was giving people advice on their life. Even if I was standing there folding surgical clothes, I was talking to the person next to me about what I felt about their journey, about their life, about their husband, about, you know, um, you forgot McDonald's. Now, I didn't work at McDonald's. I never did. I never did. When I was a kid, we didn't have McDonald's in Belgium. That came after many years later. But no, never McDonald's. I did work at a bakery. Oh my God, that was the best job ever. At the end, on Sunday, they closed at lunchtime, and whatever pies were left, we were able to take them home. It's like, scar, and I love sweets. So, anyway, that's you, Jess. Embrace it. Embrace it. All right, let's do a group card. It's 10 o'clock. I've been doing this for 2 hours, so I'm getting a little tired. But don't worry, we'll do this again next month. And if you like these every week, then don't be afraid to sign up for my Patreon account. It's only $3. And we do these every week on Patreon. Of course, there's a lot less people on there, so you have a bigger chance of getting your name pulled. And there's over 140, 150 channel posts at the moment. So If you like spirit, I haven't brought anything out on YouTube because it's just too much censoring and I don't know. I'm still working with Mary, hoping that we can bring that out. But we'll see. I live one day at a time, and we'll see what happens. Woo! Moderation. Moderation. That is the group card for today. Is there something you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthy, although the fairy says that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. What I'm hearing is that there's going to be a lot of health concerns coming for those people who took you know what. So if you are one of those people, what's going to be really crucial in you know, going against the side effects of it is to really cleanse your body, to really become aware of how you're feeding your body, what you're doing to keep it healthy, making sure that you take extra vitamins, vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc seems to be very crucial at this moment for everyone to really kind of supplement on that. And, really taking care of your physical body. It's going to be very important for the future that you feel good, that you feel healthy, because believe it or not, the mind, body, and soul connection is a real thing. So if your body is not happy, if it's not in a good place physically, then that will have an influence on your emotional state, and that will have an influence on your energetic state. And so it's just kind of this vicious cycle. And people think that, we have to start with the mental issues, but a lot of times that is the most difficult one to start with. And so when we start with the healing of the body, it's something tangible, it's something we can see, it's something we can feel. And a lot of times I advise people that, if you want to feel better in your life, start with something like that. Start with something like your physical body, because you will have instant results. You will feel instantly better. Your hormonal level will balance out. Your serotonin levels will increase, which will create your feelings of being happier. Your melatonin will rebalance, where you will get a better night's sleep, and all of that will bring a sense of joy, a sense of feeling good in your body, and that alone can already lift your spirits up with 50%. And then when you have the energy, when you've regained the energy because your body's gotten healthier, when you've regained feeling good in your body, feeling like, oh my God, yeah, we're going. And you see yourself in the mirror, you're feeling good, you're feeling positive, you're seeing the changes happening. Then that is just another drive, another push. It gives you energy and excitement to push even further, and to push and expand and cleanse your mental state as well. Well, if I can do that with my body, then I can do that with my mind. Let's reassess our belief system. Let's reassess how I feel about myself. Let's reassess the judgment that I send out on a daily basis without even me knowing it. There's so much negativity that we sometimes send out, and we're not even aware that we're doing it because it's an automatic pilot thing. All right. But start with your body. Start with something tangible. Start with proving to yourself that, hey, if I take back my power, I can change things. I can change how I feel. I can change how I feel about my body. I can change about how I feel about my life and about me. And in that is just this kind of ripple effect that just kind of spreads open and goes, yeah, well, if I can do that, then I can do that. And then you do that. And then you're like, shit, now I can go even further. And the expansion and reconnection to the spiritual self just simply comes up. Because believe it or not, when the body is polluted, it can be very challenging to connect to spirit, because the pineal glands can be, for example, polluted. Um, and we need the pineal gland to be clear and pure in order to really have that clear connection to, that's when we think of the third eye and we feel this pressure that comes here, that is actually your pineal gland that gives you that pressure. The pineal gland is a gateway to the higher frequencies, and when that is polluted through, a polluted body through fluoride and all of that stuff, and we can change things. For example, I use fluoride-free toothpaste, and I filter my all of my water. I filter the fluoride out of it. That really helps with regaining that connection. So understand that if your body is in a bad place, it's going to be really hard to get that spiritual connection, to get that those good feelings, the positive feelings about yourself and about everything else. So start with something tangible. That's what they're telling me. If you can't control the world outside of you, don't even try. All right. But you can control how you see the world, how you see yourself, and that positive vibration will change the collective. All right. So understand that. Kata says I do the same homemade toothpaste. I actually buy mine from the Action. I don't know if you guys have Action where you are, but it's really cool. It's a turmeric toothpaste. It's called turmeric toothpaste, and it's really really affordable. I mean, it costs less than those really big brand uh, toothpaste names. You know, coconut oil and baking soda. Yeah, you can make your own. I don't have time to do that, so I just buy one. But the Action. I don't know whoever we call that the Action. It's a pretty cheap store, but they have fluoride free toothpaste, and you could probably maybe get it at a pharmacy too. I don't know, but look around for it. Maybe order it online. Whatever you need to do to keep that pineal gland from calcium up, because when fluoride hits our system, I mean, it's very destructive for our pineal gland, and they knew that. That's why they infuse it into the water to keep us disconnected from our higher selves, from um, our sources. They don't want you to know the truth, so let's keep you guys numbed. There you go. All right, guys. Well, I hope these messages helped you. I hope you resonated with some of them. Know that if they resonate with you, then they were also meant for you. And I will do these again next month if you want to do this next week and the week after, and so on and so forth. And are really interested in channeled posts where I allow Spirit to answer your questions, your spiritual questions, and I also allow Jesus to make a post or to channel a post through me once a month, which I still have to do this month, but I will probably do that on Wednesday, the last day of the month, and then again around Christmas. Then go and check out my Patreon account, patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. And it's only $3 a month. You can cancel and reconnect at any moment in time. And you will always have access to all the posts that have been posted at that, in the past. You always have access to that, no matter when you sign up for it or when you disconnect and sign up again later. Some people can't afford it, so they go twice or three times a year, and that's fine. And they go and just read them all at once then. So whatever works for you, whatever works for your budget. But go check it out. It's the price of a Starbucks coffee. So and there's great insight and understanding in illnesses, in basically all kinds of stuff. The origin of humanity. We talk about fairies. We talk about autism. We talk about chronic fatigue syndrome. We talk about basically everything, what's going on right now. everything in the world. You just go check it out. It is a great place if you it's kind of a replacement for the YouTube. Instead of making the videos, I make a written posts, which is pretty much the same thing, just without my face. Until one day, all the censoring hopefully will be over. And I've tried other places like what is it called? Rumble, but now the French government has blocked Rumble due to a documentary that was really eye-opening. I did get to see it. And it confirmed everything that Jesus has been telling me since March 2020. If you want to know what Jesus said about this whole uh, what that we can't say anymore. The video is still on YouTube. They never took it down. And just go to Jesus Message March 2020, where he warns people about the stuff that's now coming out. So go and check that out. That's about it. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah, mwah. Bisous. Bye.